All right, well, this is a nice surprise. Count on 8 days now and falling. The national average on a pretty steady downward trend when it comes to gas prices. But that could change if the International Monetary Fund gets its way. The IMF is demanding drivers here pay an extra $1.40 in gas taxes per gallon to help save the environment. To Charles on this latest Payne in the gas. Get it? Charles, his last name is Payne, and we said Payne. Okay, wait. What do you make of this?
Yeah, I got to tell you, I laughed the first time I heard it, and I laughed again because some things you get outraged about. There's some things you got to say. You nuts? Are you crazy? The IMF.
They're serious about it.
Oh no, they are serious.
And by the way, a majority of their members are for it.
Oh yeah, the majority of the members are for it, but they are nuts. They are the reincarnation of Nero and Caligula combined into one organized body trying to just destroy the planet. Are they nuts?
So what do you think of this? You don't.
I think it might not.
Okay.
Realistically, though, the idea is that somehow this is a way of taking money that we subsidize, that we're subsidizing this oil in America to the tune of $500 billion a year, despite the fact that ExxonMobil alone in the first quarter paid $24 billion in taxes. That's beside the point. Somehow this is going to level the playing field. We can take that money and use it in other areas. But it's on us.
It's on the Americans, right? Because
it's on everyone in the world. But we're
going to have a disproportionate share of it because they argue we pay the least when it comes to the price of gasoline per gallon, or there it's liter. But bottom line, it's less, and that we should pay more because we contribute more to the world's mess.
Help me figure this statement out here. You don't want to overconsumption based on getting something for less than it costs and forcing someone else to pay. I mean, how stupid.
You have to do it with a French accent.
It's idiotic. I mean, no one's forcing anyone to pay for anything, but the fact is, the poorer people in the world would suffer under something like this. And, you know, it's regressive. It's you're talking. By the way, $1.40 plus extra fees would be $1.78 per gallon extra tax, and that would make everything okay.
And by the way, China and India are not part of this. Perhaps the world's largest pollution contributors, but that's neither here nor there.
China and India have to be sitting back right now and saying, just snickering every day, let the West destroy themselves. Let them tax themselves to death. Let them make themselves less competitive. Every single day, they're going to tax bankers in the UK. Let them come to Hong Kong. They're going to do that. They're just sitting back. It's self-destruction. I think it was Khrushchev who predicted that communism would beat capitalism without firing a shot. You know what? A form of capitalism will beat our form of capitalism if we keep going this way, out of some kind of guilt or the notion that we must somehow get ahead of the Earth warming up 1 degree over the next 100 years. Let's destroy it sooner economically.
Well, the market must be ignoring your concerns because it's doing great.
Well, luckily the market's ignoring those guys at the IMF because they're just
why is the market climbing with all of these worries?
I got to tell you something. The world is doing extraordinarily well. The world. We're too myopic. When we talk about the world, we always talk about Europe and America. We don't talk about the world. We don't talk about Malaysia. We don't talk about Indonesia. We don't say that there's so much money coming into the Philippines they have to say, please stop. We don't talk about Africa. We don't talk about South America. The world, outside of the Western powers that have locked themselves into this destructive social welfare states, and now we're trying to be fair, level the playing field. We're sowing the seeds of our own demise so rapidly while the rest of the world is catching up. The good news is that large American corporations are benefiting.
All right. It's amazing. Charles, and to your point about how we're losing sort of our influence, I want to share something.